Here comes the quarterback, Austin Cruz. He gives it to Connor Schmidt. And Schmidt, on a little bit of a delay off the right side behind Anthony Cannon, gets it up to the 44-yard line. 2-yard pickup there by Connor Schmidt.
A little counter motion that time. Started one way and came back the other. And, as you said, picked up 2 yards, but got hit hard there then after a 2-yard pickup.
Early second quarter action. Railsplitters trail it by 3 touchdowns. Eimer will split out wide to the right to the near side. It's Wes White. Out of that wing, it's Schmidt on the right and Highbreeder on the left, and Anthony Cannon's the linebacker. The fullback. This time, Cruz wants to throw up the middle. Nobody there. Intended receiver Schmidt, but it was way over his head. Also out there as a receiver that time was Tim Jackson, the sophomore.
Yeah, Schmidt tried to go straight down the middle, Bob, and the ball was just a little overthrown. He was step for step with his defender, and had the ball been just a little short, he might have had a chance to get a hand on it, but the ball was overthrown for incompletion.
That's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Railsplitters. Cruz, the junior quarterback, wears the number 15. He's 6'1", 190. The big center, Daniel Bacon, 6'2", 325, also a senior. He's flanked by Caleb Ball and Riley Reed at the guards. Cruz up under center. He's got the snap, drops back in the pocket. He's going to have to keep it now as he's quickly taken down by one of the captains, Harley Van Beber. Beber, 6 foot, 255-pounder, brought down Austin Cruz in the backfield. So now it's going to be 4th down and 12 for the Railsplitters at their own 41-yard line. They're going to punt it away. Checking in now for Lincoln. That is Brent Metalco. Connor Neitzel for the Railsplitters.
He wanted to throw on that ball, Bob, but just didn't have enough time. He got back and set up, and all of a sudden the defense was right in his face.
Anthony Cannon going to have to punt it away. Back there on the protection is Brent Metalco. Ball's down, snap is good. Cannon kicks it away. This time end over end. They call for a fair catch, and that is Aaron Vasquez. Vasquez waved for the fair catch, and he took it down at his own 24-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Bryce Schnechter and the Jacksonville Crimsons.
Of course, this is exactly what the coaching staff and Coach McDonald did not want to happen. A 3-and-out, Bob, starting the second quarter. They need some ball control, eat up some time, and keep the Jacksonville offense off the field, but unfortunately they're back on again.
You're right, Coach, especially after that great run back by Cody Highbreeder. Gave him some good field position.
Yes.
Out of that shotgun, Schnechter waits for the snap. He's got it. Throws it out in the flats. Got his man, and Lincoln man wraps him up. That was 44. Blake Hance on the catch. But for Lincoln, that was 15 on the tackle. That was Austin Cruz.
He did a nice job reading that play, Bob, and came up and made a stop there. It's just a 1-yard gain on it. But he saw the pass coming and came up and made a nice tackle, open field tackle.
Second and 9. Schnechter looks to his left now. Now he looks up the field. Now he's just going to run with it. Running to the sideline. He runs it out of bounds at his own 31-yard line. That was Brandon Aper closing in on him, but Schnechter knew what he was going to do. He had a spot where he was going to run out of bounds, and he picked up 7 yards, so now it's 3rd and 2 for Jacksonville at their own 32-yard line.
He took a quick look downfield to hope to see if he had a receiver behind a Lincoln defender, which he didn't. So as you said, Bob, he tucked it away and then got what he could out of it, which was about 7 yards.
Bryce Schnechter, shotgun. He's got the snap. Keeps it. Cruz is there, wraps him up, but a little bit too late. He's across for the first down. Cruz on the tackle for Lincoln. He had him wrapped up, and then he got an assist from Connor Schmidt and Anthony Cannon. So 1st and 10 now for Jacksonville as Schnechter gets it up to his own 36-yard line.
Cruz doing a nice job as that outside linebacker, Bob, turning back in, making some tackles, and that time he got in on the tackle too, but not before they picked up a couple yards, what they needed for the first down.
I want to thank our streaming live audio sponsor, Bright Idea Screen Printing. Also, we want to thank Jane's Hair Salon out on North Kickapoo. Schnechter 1st and 10 at his own 36. He's got a man in motion. He gives it to him. He's off the left side. That's Bratton, number 6. He scored that early touchdown. Cody Highbreeder on the tackle for Lincoln. He took down Bratton at the 37-yard line.
Nice job by Highbreeder there to to recognize that play coming at him and avoided the block and got on the back and took him down for a 1-yard gain.
Highbretter's that outside linebacker for Lincoln. 2nd and 9. Schnichter out of the shotgun. He stands back at his own 31. Now he hands off. And now this guy's going to throw it up ahead. No. Good. Going to get called pass interference on White. But the guy that threw it was Andy Mills. They handed it off to Mills in the backfield. And then his intended receiver was Bratton. The official called pass interference.
Mills quarterback last year, Bob. He was a starting quarterback good part of the year last year, so he knows how to throw it. Also, if White had just turned his head and saw the ball coming, he had good position. The ball was underthrown. He'd have been there to block it up, but instead he just put his hands up and tried to block the view of the receiver, and that is the definition of pass interference.
And they step it off from the line of scrimmage.
15 yards and an automatic first down.
Into Lincoln territory at the 48-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. 8 minutes, 37 seconds left in the first half. Jacksonville leads at 21-0. Schnichter calls for the snap. He's got it. Hands off. Lincoln was a fumble. Schnichter dove back on it behind the 50, and then they threw a flag. Illegal procedure against Jacksonville. Not only did they drop the football, they had a penalty called on him.
Yeah, just hopefully Lincoln will probably decline that. He lost a couple yards in the play. I think he just lost his footing out there too, Bob, and went down and recovered the ball. But they've already lost 2 on the play, so.
Riley Reed taking a break for Lincoln. Checking in for Riley is Braden Brooks. Brooks, a junior, 210, 6'2", up there at defensive tackle.
Lincoln did decline the penalty, so it's going to be 2nd and about 12.
Just back in Jacksonville territory across the midfield stripe. Schnichter on a 2nd and 12. Looks along the sideline. Pump fake. Good coverage there by Lincoln. Still good coverage. Now they get rid of it. Up ahead, that's 44. He's got a first down. He's finally tripped up. That was Blake Hance. Hance, the junior, 6'6", 255. Lincoln had good pressure on the quarterback, but he just kept evading them, and Schnichter was finally ready to get rid of the football for a 1st and 10 down to Lincoln's 35-yard line.
He's got pretty quick feet out there, Bob, their quarterback, and he was able to avoid a few tackles. Lincoln looked like they had a couple opportunities and couldn't get him down, and then he found his open receiver out in the flat.
Schnichter's only a junior. Pardon me, he's a junior, 5'10", 185. Deals out of that shotgun formation, 1st and 10. This time he hands off to his tailback up across the 25-yard line. That was Trez Courtney. Courtney tackled by Anthony Cannon. Down across the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 again for Jacksonville, right at the 25-yard line. 7:47 left in the first half. Jacksonville leads at 21-0. Schnichter this time, who's he got back there with him? Number 12, that is, that is Schnichter. He's got 8. Courtney, Trez Courtney's got one of the touchdowns, and he's knocked down. Good tackle from behind. That was Riley Reed on the tackle for Lincoln. Riley Reed's a senior, 6'3", 300-pounder, made the tackle. 3-yard pickup for Trez Courtney. Trez Courtney back there with Bryce Schnichter. 2nd and 7. Down to the Lincoln 22-yard line. Clock on the move. 7:10 left in the first half. Schnichter signals for the snap. He's got it. He wants to throw this time. Looks along the right side. A shoestring attempt. No. And a hard hit. And the Jacksonville player gets back up. Eimer hit him hard. He came back up. That was Bratton. Reggie Bratton. Dane Eimer said hello to him, and Bratton popped right back up.
Yeah, that was a good hit down there. They had him double-teamed. Eimer came across and hit him right after the ball got there.
Bratton shaking off the cobwebs. He splits wide to the right again. It's going to be 3rd and 7 for Jacksonville. At the Lincoln 22-yard line, 6:59 on the first half clock. Jacksonville leads at 21-0. Schnichter's got the snap. He looks. Good pressure, Connor Schmidt. Connor Schmidt on a big tackle and a big loss for Jacksonville. back to the 32-yard line. Connor Schmidt with a big tackle. 4th and 17 for Jacksonville.
He was just making a blitz from his inside linebacker position, Bob, and came in untouched and did a nice job wrapping him up and dropped him for a 10-yard loss. Sets up a 4th and long.
Well, in his interview before the game, head coach Mark Grounds for Jacksonville said of the Lincoln players that they come to play and you've got to be able to play all game long, and Connor Schmidt just proved it right there. Schnichter looks to the left. He's got 3 receivers. Now here comes the Lincoln rush. Long, lofting pass. Good job there. That was Cannon, number 2 for Lincoln. Sean Cannon, he's only a sophomore, 120-pounder, 5'6", and he almost picked it off. He really didn't want to pick it off. He just knocked it down on that long pass, and Lincoln's going to take over on downs, 1st and 10 at the Lincoln 32-yard line.
Yeah, that was a nice defensive series. There was a penalty. There's a penalty in the backfield. It's on Jacksonville. Lincoln declines it, and they'll take over possession there. But you're right, Bob. They had some good pressure on the quarterback and then good coverage downfield.
Well, I look at the quarterback down here for Jacksonville. You know, that heat's starting to eat some guys up now. Some of them play both ways. Ball at the 32-yard line. Lincoln 1st and 10, and that's got to pick their morale up. But they trail by the 3 touchdowns, but they were able to stop Jacksonville that time with 6:08 left in the first half. Cruz wears the number 15. He goes into the huddle. Wes White will split here to the near side. Dane Eimer to the far side. Hybrider the left wing, Schmidt the right, Cannon's the fullback. Cruz comes up underneath his center. Man in motion, it's Hybrider. He gets the pitch. Hybrider looking for running room. No! Nice play there by the Jacksonville player. I think that was Dalton Keene. It was big Dalton Keene, number 98. The 6'4", 260-pound senior drops Hybrider deep in the backfield, back to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, about a 6-yard loss on that. Yeah, once Keene gets his hands on you, you're in trouble, and he was able to get to the outside there and get a hand on Hybrider, and he had no place to run, couldn't get it loose, and as a result, they lost about 6 yards on the play and sets up a 2nd and long now.
2nd and 16 for the Railsplitter. 5:28 left first half, clock on the move. They've got the lights on here at Jacksonville. In the evening, Glowman here as Wes White comes to the near side. Austin Cruz up under center. Hybrider goes in motion. This time they hand it off to Cannon, and there's nothing there. There's about 9 Jacksonville Crimsons, and that's no exaggeration. There was 9 Crimsons there to make the tackle.
But as we see so many times, you know, the defenses against the Railers, you know, they stack against the run. They'll get 9 people, 8 or 9 up in the box sometimes, and dare you to pass the ball, really.
Cannon still got a yard out of it, but not before he met all the Jacksonville players. 4:42 left for the first half.
That was only Anthony Cannon's 3rd carry of the game, Bob. We thought maybe he'd see the ball a little more right now.
Especially with those big linemen up there. Cruz, man in motion, Schmidt. This time they hand off to Hybrider, 2nd guy coming across, and he's hit right at behind the line of scrimmage. So loss back to the 24. Lincoln going to have to punt it away. Anthony Cannon. Talco's checking in for Lincoln. 55 is Connor Neitzel. 52 is Ethan Kunkel. Kunkel's the long snapper. Kunkel will snap it to Anthony Cannon on 4th and 17 back to the Lincoln 25-yard line. They're burning the clock down here. They got 25 seconds. They got 10 still on the clock on the countdown to the 25. Now Cannon calls for it. He's got it. Boots it away, end over end, up the middle of the field, and they've got it at the 50. That's a new running back for him. That's number 7, Connor Schmidt on the tackle. That was Tyler DeFreitas, number 7. They've got a host of good running backs. That was DeFreitas. They've got Courtney, Jackson, and Brayton. So Connor Schmidt on the tackle for Lincoln, but not before number 7, the junior, 6', 155-pounder, Tyler DeFreitas, gets the ball down to the Lincoln 27-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for Jacksonville with 3:28 left in the first half. Schnichter, the quarterback, and back there with him is James Jackson. He's got one of the touchdowns. Lincoln wants to blitz, and now what do they call?
They got
offsides.
Yep. No, it's on their right guard jumped just a little early.
Against Jacksonville, so that's going to make it 1st and 15.
They had just a little anxious that time. They've had a few of those 5-yarders like that, Bob, and a couple that the Railers have declined, but those are first game mistakes that you normally see sometimes.
Again, it's Jackson back there with Schnichter. Schnichter looks to the sideline, pump fake. Now he's going to throw a loft one long, and it's caught. That's Dalton Keene. Keene down inside the 5-yard line. Keene, a mountain of a man, got the ball, and he was able to take it down inside the 5-yard line.
Well, and he's able to get such good position, with his body size. He gets great position down there, and it's not much of the Lincoln defenders back there that can do. They're about half his size.
So it's 1st and goal for Jacksonville. Schnichter going to come up under center this time. Hands off to his fullback. That's 33, and about 3 or 4 Lincoln guys are there to stop him. That was Floyd Lamalino. That's a football name.
Yeah.
Floyd Lamalino. Sounds like he played for the old Bears or the Packers.
Yeah, Lamalino, you got it. There's a face mask penalty against the Railers at the end of that play.
Well, they wanted to make sure they got him down.
They moved it down to the 1, so they probably picked up 3 on the play.
Halfway to the goal. 3:09 left for the first half. Lamalino will probably have another shot at it, number 33 for Jacksonville, in the white helmets and the red uniform. Lamalino again. This time.
No signal. I don't think he's in yet. Oh, no.
Yeah, they call the touchdown. 6 more on the board for Lamalino. So that's 4 guys that have scored for Jacksonville. That'll make the score the Crimsons 27, the Railsplitters 0 at 2:52 remaining in the first half. And again, it'll be Renaud to attempt the extra point. He's perfect so far, Justin Renaud. He's 3 out of 3. On the hold, it'll be Mills. 67 checks in for Jacksonville. 44 on the long snap. That's Blake Hance. To Mills, the kick by Renown, and that is through the uprights. That's going to make the score Jacksonville 4 touchdowns, 28, Lincoln 0. We'll be back after these messages. Deontu Armstrong going to kick it away for Jacksonville. Back deep for Lincoln, Cody Hybretter. Off to his right is Timmy Jackson and Dane Eimer. Here's Hybretter. He's got it at the goal line. He's up to the 20, to the 25, looks for running room, stays on his feet across the 30 to the 32-yard line goes Cody Hybretter, right from the 6-inch line. So a 32-yard run back there by Cody Hybretter.
Another nice run back again, right up the middle. I think first contact was with one of his own men, which slowed him down a little bit. It gave Jacksonville a chance to close on him, make the stop, but he had a nice run right up the middle to the 32.
Tough kid, comes off the end of Welch Drive. Cruz in there. He's at the end of Pulaski Street. Well, is his address Lemon Street or Pulaski? I think it's Lemon.
Let me check my phone book.
Route 121. Cruz up underneath the center. Cruz 1st and 10. That's Anthony Cannon off the right side, and Cannon down to the 34-yard line. A 2-yard pickup there. Pardon me, that's Hybretter. My fault. Cannon's 33, Hybretter's 22. I got the numbers mixed up. Cannon was leading the blocking. Timeout Jacksonville. We'll be back after this message.
30.
Doity.
30 going.
Doity. Oh, look at this one.
Don't die on here.
You
10 seconds.
Getting some over there?
There's nothing.
There's no wind. Well, look at this flag.
5,
Got to climb up
4,
Moving a little.
3.
there. 2nd down, 8 yards to go for the Railsplitters at their own 34-yard line. 2 minutes, 36 seconds left in the first half. Jacksonville called the timeout. The Crimsons in their white helmets with the red uniforms and the white pants, and they lead at 28-0 here in their home opener. Plenty of water's getting passed around out there between both teams. It's a hot night. High humidity and probably still in the high 80s. For Lincoln, they're on that front line. You've got Daniel Bacon at center. The guards are Caleb All and Riley Reed. The tackles are Austin Brummett and Brandon Aper. Wes White splits here to the near side. He's a junior. Eimer to the right side. Cruz comes up under center after that timeout. Highbredder goes in motion. Cruz rolls out to his left side. He's going to have to get rid of it. He does the cannon and no. Cruz way off balance. Good pressure there by Blake Hance for Jacksonville. Cruz was still able to get it off on the dead run. Almost got it to Anthony Cannon.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a desperation pass. Bobby's rolling to his left, and that's pretty tough for a right-handed thrower. And he had tons of pressure, as you mentioned, and he found Cannon and tried to throw it going across his body, and as you said, hit his hands, but Cannon was kind of going the opposite direction himself and couldn't hang on.
And there was good coverage on him also. 3rd and 8 for Lincoln now. I can smell some bakery goods.
Really? Sniff them out.
Or is that just me?
Halftime's coming. You can sniff them out then.
Lincoln at their own 34-yard line. Highbredder in motion. They give it to Cannon off the right side. Cannon's got running room and a first down. Anthony Cannon down to the 48-yard line. You called it earlier, Coach.
Yeah, now there's a
Oh,
flag
there's
on
a
the
flag.
yeah.
Oh, man. It's probably somebody blocking from behind. Oh, I felt a hint of a breeze there.
Holding.
Holding on Lincoln.
Great run, as you said, Bobby. Picked up over 10 yards, had the first down.
Anthony Cannon, a senior captain, 5'6", 215. And now they march it back to the 30-yard line. 2:23 left for the first half. Lincoln trails at 28-0. Ball spotted at the 30. 3rd and a dozen for Lincoln.
It's a 10-yard penalty. It's from the spot of the infraction, Bob, so they only lost 4 yards from the previous line of scrimmage, but they lost that, about 10 or 12-yard gain and a first down.
Cruz gets his men ready, brings his squad out up to the line of scrimmage. Cannon offset, Schmidt goes in motion. Cruz under pressure. Nice catch there by Cody Highbredder. He's got a first down. He gets it down across the midfield stripe. He was tackled there by Tyler DeFreitas, but a nice pass by Austin Cruz to Cody Highbredder on the move down to the Jacksonville 48-yard line.
And you're right, Bob. That was a great pass by Cruz to lay it right in there. And Highbredder made a nice catch and a little run afterwards. Got hit hard from behind, but hung on to the ball.
Cruz had some heavy pressure on him, and he delivered that right on the money. 1st and 10 for Lincoln down in Jacksonville territory at their 48-yard line. Clock's on the move. 1:40 left in the first half. Wes White here to the near side. They line up right in front of us here at the midfield stripe. In the slot, it's Highbredder. To the far side, it's Eimer. And Cruz rolls that way, throws it on the flat. Oh, Schmidt, no, man. Connor Schmidt couldn't hang on to it. The ball was thrown behind him. He had a tough time trying to juggle it, and I almost fell over trying to catch it for him.
You made a nice effort there, Bob. I thought you had it, and thought he had it too. The ball, as you said, was thrown behind him a little, and he turned and tried to make the grab and almost had it, and then it fell to the ground. So it goes to incompletion. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
I have to do some yoga exercises at halftime, try and loosen up a little bit.
All right, you do that after you sniff out the food.
Yeah, some baked goods. Here we go, ball on the near side hash mark. 1:25 left first half. 2nd and 10 for Lincoln. The Jacksonville 48-yard line. Cruz comes up under center. Highbredder goes in motion, gets the pitch. Cannon's out there to block. Highbredder wrapped up for a 3-yard loss. They wrap him up at the Lincoln 49-yard line. Let's see if they spot it there. Yeah, it's a good spot. In fact, they give him the 50. So it'll be 3rd and 12 for Lincoln at the 50.
And then another timeout here for Jacksonville, their second. Highbredder looked like he was going to turn it up. He had a block out there from Cannon, and all of a sudden the block stopped and the defender just closed and stopped him for that 2-yard loss. And had Anthony been able to hold that block just a little longer, he might have sprung him for some yardage.
We want to thank Growl Incorporated out there on North Kickapoo, along with Railsplitter Veterinary Wellness Center, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Goodwill of Lincoln, Vanessa out at Blades Hair and Nail Salon, Lincoln College, over 100 years of education in Lincoln on Ottawa Street, Eaton Corporation, who supplies those great practice field for the young men to start their railer careers, Logan County Bank on Pulaski Street, and also the Lincoln IGA on Pulaski, Brickham State Farm Insurance on Keokuk, Ricky Calvert Schrader Funeral Home on Logan Street, the Castle Manor Supported Living, the Carpet House out on Woodlawn Road, the old 17th Street, and here come the Railsplitters, 3rd and 12 at the 50-yard line. Man in motion's hybrid. Cruz drops it. Did Cannon dive up on it? Let's see. I thought that was...
Cruz has it, yeah.
Cruz got back on it. Okay. So it's going to be 4th and long for the Railsplitters now, with 1:03 left in the first half. Ball back to the 47. So Lincoln going to have to air it out here. Another timeout. We'll take a timeout.
Thirty going.
Okay.
Ten seconds.
Okay.
5, 4, 3.
Back here at Jacksonville High School, 1:03 left. The first half, Lincoln trails at 28-0. It's going to be 4th and 15 for the Railsplitters at their own 47-yard line. Daniel Bakeland quickly comes up over the football. Looks like Lincoln's going to punt it away. That's Kunkel on the long snap. To Cannon. Cannon boots it away, and it goes out of bounds at about the 36-yard line of Jacksonville.
He had a little pressure on it that time. The first few times Jacksonville didn't put any pressure on the punter. That time they were coming hard, and he got it away in a hurry. It wasn't a great punt, but he got it out, and that was the important thing.
They spotted it at the 35. Under a minute left now in the first half.
Jacksonville used all 3 of their timeouts in that last series, so you know they wanted to get another shot at offense here before the end of the quarter, end of the half.
Again, it'll be Schnichter. Lamalino back there with him. Out of the end zone, flanked here to the near side. That's Reggie Bratton. He scored the first touchdown for him. Schnichter fakes. Now he's back again. He's got Mills in the flat. Mills to the 40, and he's finally knocked down. The tackle for Lincoln made by number 58, Eric Sutton. Sutton's a sophomore, 6'3", 220. And he stopped him dead in his tracks at the 42-yard line. 6-yard pickup. Clock on the move. We're down to 30 seconds left. First half, Schnichter looks along the sideline. He's got Dalton Keene. He's ran out of bounds there by Austin Cruz. Dalton Keene got the first down to the 47-yard line. 28.9 seconds left first half. Jacksonville leading it 28-0 over the Railsplitters. Schnichter looks to the sidelines. The coach, Mark Grounds, for the play. He's got Lamalino back there to his right. Floyd Lamalino. Out of the shotgun. Here's the snap. Schnichter looking long. He wants to air it out up the middle. No. Good coverage there out of the outreached arms. Blake Hance. On the coverage there was Austin Cruz for Lincoln.
Yeah, they're sending three people deep, and he was over the middle that time, Bob. And Lincoln's coverage was pretty good that time. They had the secondary covered well.
They stopped the clock. 23.8 seconds left first half. 2nd and 10 now for Jacksonville at their own 48-yard line. And now a timeout.
I think both teams have used all 3 of their timeouts, Bob, so won't have any more this half. And just under 24 seconds. Jacksonville's on their 48-yard line trying to get to the end zone one more time.
Bryce Schnichter out of that shotgun. He's got Lamalino back there with him. He wants to air out again. Lincoln trying to apply the pressure. Now he gets it in the flat to Bratton. Bratton along the sideline. He's got running room. He's going to take it all the way home. Reggie Bratton with a 52-yard touchdown run. He got the pass out in the flat from Bryce Schnichter, and then he just took it all the way to the house. 52 yards to make the score. Jacksonville 34, Lincoln 0 with 11.2 seconds left in the first half.
Go ahead, Bob.
Well, it's just going to be renowned. He's going to try and kick it through the uprights again.
Anytime anybody gets the ball in the open field like that, Lincoln's going to have a hard time hanging on to him, catching him, and he's got speed to burn.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he was just able to run past defenders and then turn it on to get downfield to the end zone.
Is that soccer-style kick into the band, and that'll make the score Jacksonville 35, Lincoln 0 with 11 seconds left in the first half. We'll be back after these messages. All right, Jacksonville going to kick it away. That'll be Deontu Armstrong to kick it away, and Cody Highbreder back deep for the Railsplitters. Off to his right is Tim Jackson. To his left is Eimer. Here's the kick, and it's a short pooch, and Lincoln's got it, and they down it. That was Caleb Awe. Awe's one of the, got some good hands there. Caleb Awe is a senior, 6'5", 230. He did a good job there for Coach, catching the ball, not fumbling. Down at the 37-yard line. 9 seconds left in the first half. The young junior crew's talking it over with his squad. Now they come up to the line of scrimmage. White here to the near side. Eimer to the right. Cruz up under center. Man in motion's Highbreder. They give it to Cannon off the left side to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. Across the midfield down to the 47-yard line goes Anthony Cannon. Big, strong young man, one of the 4 captains for Lincoln. And he picks up a first down. He moves the chains here right at the end of the first half. Cannon down to the 48-yard line at Jacksonville. And now they're just going to run the clock off. And that's going to end the first half.